Hello, you beautiful people. Hope you're having the best day of your life. So, I am Chris. I hope you're having the best day of all time. I know that I am. So, something I want to talk about is we talk about cigars all the time, which is something I love. But more importantly, I know a lot of times I have a lot of young men, especially. For some reason, people have always looked up to me. I live my life pretty vigorously, so I try to have that enthusiasm in everything I do. So, I thought I'd talk about, especially if you're a guy, just bare essentials and ways you need to live your life. So something you'll notice is I was raised in a house full of women. In fact, I have 7 sisters. So for me, I had to find father figures in my life, so my father wasn't around, to look up to and learn from. And so I found out martial arts more than anything. And that unleashed me, and that turned me into a powerful motherfucker. Pardon the language. I shouldn't say that, I know. But besides that, so that made me really strong because it taught me if I could control my mind, I could control my body, I could control everything else. So I want to talk about things that are important as a man, especially. So the reason I love cigars is because cigars are my reward to I give myself for my hard work, my diligence. Cigars sharpen my mind. They help me relax, and they give me something to enjoy. And they are a flavor in essence. They add it's a sugar on top of life. It's a almost as art is the window to the transcendent, cigars feel like a similar thing for me. Cigars feels like a mutual respect to God, the universe, whatever it may be, and enjoying this beautiful thing that was created, which is tobacco. And so besides that, cigarettes I'm not a big fan of, but cigars I do adore. So as a man, several things you always have on you. You should be prepared as a guy. And so I'm not saying you need to be prepared for a battle in a way. So my way of preparing for battle is, well, you train martial arts. So you're a badass motherfucker. And so you can destroy anyone who's in your way. And also, but more importantly, you can protect those in need if necessary. And I've had to before. That's powerful. Now, not just martial arts, but the way you speak, the way you hold yourself, the way you act with confidence, enthusiasm, eye contact, speaking well, being assertive with people, that makes a big difference. And so, one thing that has happened in my life, women have always called me feral. So, you're feral. Like, you're a gentleman. You're into art. Like, you are very gentlemanly and everything else. And you're into, you cook and clean, all these things. But you are a badass and you're a small dude. Like, I'm muscular, but like, you're a lean guy. But you are bad to the bone. And it's because I have that assertive energy, because I was taught mindset. But besides that, and also because I started business when I was 17 years old and moved out of the house, I lived in my car for 3 months to get my business going as a 17-year-old child. So think about that, because I was a goddamn man, a more man than most people are into well into adulthood. But besides that, that's not to be condescending. That's to say, because I was forced to do those things, I did great things. But I still continue to do so. I want to do bigger things. But as a man, several things. Something I do. This was actually a gift from a friend. It's actually a business that gifted this to me. It was so beneficial. Wherever you see me, I always have my messenger bag. My messenger bag is my man person essence, but more importantly, this is my battle bag. This has everything I need for my day, for my work, for my mind, my business, everything else. So I don't have it totally filled out at the moment, but I have enough to show you. So something I always have, I always keep pens on me, pencils. I'm an artist. I like to draw, sketch, get thoughts out, everything else. I have a business to get that on paper. I always have a journal on me at all times. And by journal, just a notebook, something like that. Another thing, a lighter. This is my little cheap lighter here, but it's handy dandy, so I have it with me at all times as well. And then, a pair of headphones, sunnies, and with all that being said, I'm going to throw this baby on so I can. Something I like to keep on me as well is important because to sharpen your body, sharpen your mind is a good book. And so in my case, I'm a huge Fyodor Dostoevsky fan. Dostoevsky is the expert in human psychology, the mind. If you want to understand people, read Dostoevsky. If you are like me and you're a Christian, read Dostoevsky, and this will turn you into a man and turn you into a Christian if you seriously understand what he does. I was not a Christian until I started reading Dostoevsky. That's how powerful his work is. Also, besides that, I keep on me work. I know I have my laptop, but I have an iPad as well, so I have access to books, all my work, everything else, all my systems for my business on, all that stuff. Because that's very important. Again, if you're a man, you have to have priorities, be on top of everything you do because you're a man and your job is to lead others, right? And so then, with all of that, another essential, I won't show one, but we have one I always have on me, we'll get into later, but always have a knife on you at all times. Have a knife, a multi-tool, something like that. A knife comes in handy in so many situations. But if something happened, a knife is one of the most effective self-defense tools of all time. I would honestly, in most cases, rather have a knife than a gun on me, believe it or not. Because a gun, you have to aim it, everything else. It's a precision weapon. A knife, I just need my ability to strike and my speed. And I'm a pretty fast young man, and so it's pretty hard to stop me. So I have good confidence in that. However, as far as pew pew, there's always one of those as well. Because again, I'm a man, I believe in being a man, and I live in the South where it's easy to access these things and also get them. Get the proper thing done to be able to carry them. So that's what I choose to do. Because again, if you're a man, your job is to be a protector, a leader, a provider, right? And so your job as well is to care for yourself, provide for others. The other thing I always have on me, which is very important, I don't have it with me now, but it's in my car at all times, is I always have a personal grooming kit along with a change of clothes. And my personal grooming kit will include my toothbrush, shaving equipment, cologne, all those things, everything I need to spruce up. I'm an athlete, I train all the time. And also, I live in the South where it's hot all the time, and we need that because, again, you present yourself as a gentleman because you should be one. And then, with all that, I always keep a change of clothes with me. But also, I go as far as this. In my car, I'll have a go bag, which includes essentials like paracord, a tarp. I even have a tomahawk just to have it. Why not? Again, if you live in the South, you understand this. We have some interesting happens if we drive on back roads here, especially back in Virginia where there's deer all the time. But you never know when these things come in handy. And so be prepared for life and don't be scared of life. Be proactive on life. Life is meant to be lived, but the way you conquer your fear and you live life fearlessly is that you decide mentally that you take care of others despite no matter what. So I have a story. So when I was living in Dallas, which is my hometown, I was living in Dallas and I got on a wreck on one of the main highways there in Dallas in the middle of the road. Someone rear-ended me and hit me. It was a mother and her child. So I was fine, but immediately what I did was I jumped out my car. I immediately checked the mother and child, like, you okay? Is it fine? Everything else. And so the mother was beyond appreciative at the fact that I wasn't worried about my car, that she had hit it, anything else. I was concerned about them, her child. I made sure first and foremost she and her child were okay. They were secure. They were safe. I made sure they got to the side of the road first, everything else. And so what happened was that when they gave me their insurance information, she actually gave me their old insurance information, which had the wrong info. But she did give me her phone number. And so even though the fact that she had hit me, she could easily have had a hit and run, not have to go against her insurance or anything else, she called me back and said, hey, this is the correct info. I apologize. We just had an update a few weeks ago. This will have you taken care of. And they said, but also, I want to thank you. What you did for me, my son, means a lot. My son was terrified, but you calmed him down. He's okay now. Thank you. And that's what it's about. Even in your situation like that where you don't owe anyone anything, in fact they hit you, something like that, you still take care of them because you're a leader. You are there to serve people, to help them no matter what, right? And that's why you become strong, so you can help other people. So when I'm prepared, I have everything. It's not necessarily for me, it is for me, but it's also so I can handle things in any situation, kind of like the same way I'll have food in my car as well, stuff like that, snacks, all those things. So I am always ready. I can always be there to serve others and always be there to step up when necessary, correct? And that's what it's all about. So, gentlemen, sharpen your mind, sharpen your body, train hard, enjoy a beautiful cigar. Today I am having a break. I'm just going off all stimulants today, just relaxing, enjoying one of the prettiest days of all time, and it's been amazing. So, but anyway, what's your favorite cigar? How do you like to be prepared? What's a good go bag for you? How do you keep your equipment? Do you have an equipment list? You're always ready, like with your multi-tool, knives, whatever it may be. And also, what book are you reading? For me, I am currently reading, so we all know the book I showed you. We may have noticed it. I am currently reading Fyodor Dostoevsky's The Idiot. I have started and gone through this book numerous times. It is one of the most interesting, in-depth books I've ever read. Mishka, I relate to so strongly, and it's so inspiring, and I could read this book 100 times and still come back for more. Anyway, like a beautiful woman who you want to turn into your wonderful, wonderful wife. Anyway, have the best of your life. I am Chris. Love you all. Bye-bye-bye. If you want to subscribe, do. If not, that's okay too. Anyway, adios amigos. Bye-bye.